What's up, guys? How are you all doing? Good evening, good evening. Where does it say VRC, man, Geet? Does it really say VRC? Alright, then it's time for reading comprehension, then I guess. Alright, good evening, folks. Okay, alright. All sorted? Beautiful. So, I have another previous year question, this time from slot 2 of CAT 2025, and the difficulty level is moderate. Yes. The set that we are going to look at is the one that has a sustainability index. Yes. This one is based on LR based DI and it has a scatter plot in it. Good. Yes. A very simple set, not too complicated, but you have to be comfortable with LR based DI because this is not one of your pure DI kind of sets. This is LR based DI. Alright. Shall we get this thing started? Struck into traffic. Okay, there are a million problems there, Atharv, but okay. Cheers. Let's go. Shall we get this thing started? Let's have a look at the set. So this is the set. Yes, looks kind of doable initially, but as you solve it, you will find some difficulties. That's why this is under moderate set and not under easy set. Yes. Let's have a read at it now. Yeah. So the sustainability index SI of a country at a point in time is an integer. Okay. So it has to be an integer and it is between 1 and 100. Okay. Between 1 and 100. This question is related to SI of 6 countries. So we have 6 countries A till F at 3 different points in time. So 3 different years have been given to us, 2016, 2020 and 2024. Alright. Yes, correct, Geet. Yes. Sure, man. Expert movies clips. Cheers, join us. The plot represents the exact changes in their SI. So the scatter plot given to us here is the changes in their SI with X coordinate representing percentage change in 2020 from 2026. For example, if I look at point A here, point A is where it is 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, right? So this is 25. So what they are saying is X axis, which is percentage increase in index from 2020 from 2016. That means from 2016 to 2020, yes, say for A, if the value for example was 100 here, yes, they are saying, this is just an example, okay. If the value was 100 here, then the value has changed from 100 to what? It has increased by 25%, making it 125. Getting this? From here to here, there is an increase of 25%. Yes? Does this make sense? Yeah. Same way. So that's what they've explained here, that SI in 2020 minus SI in 2016 divided by SI in 2016. That is percentage change from 16 to 2020. Okay. And the Y coordinate representing percentage increase in 2024 from 2020. That is 2020 to 2024. The value has changed from what? It has increased by 50%. It has increased by 50%. So on 125, we are increasing it by 50%. Yes. That is adding another what? 125 on 125. If I increase 50%, that's 62.5 added, which makes it 187.5. No? Yes. So basically what they have told us, sorry, I forgot to put my phone on silent today. Yeah. Done? Sorry. But the value that we have taken is an assumption. This being 100 is an assumption. This becoming 125 and 187.5 doesn't make sense, because each of these SIs are what? These are between 1 and 100. Yeah. So this cannot be 100, because if this is 100, then this becomes 125 and 187.5, which is way beyond the given limit. I hope this makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So each of the values here for the x axis and the y axis are basically the percentage increases. Now again, another thing to notice is, you can see that there is 0% here it is 0%, and some values are going to the left of 0% as well. That means in the x axis there is negative increase. For example, if you look at C guys, what do you see at C? So let's say for C, if I say the value was 100, this is just another example. This is not the actual value, can't be the actual value at all, because it has to be from 1 to 100 only, alright. So if in 2016, if this was 100, then what has happened? For C, the value has decreased by 20%. So on 100, if I reduce 20%, if I decrease 20%, then this value becomes what? 80. Yes, and if you look at the y-axis is still positive 40. That means it has increased by 40% from 2020 to 2024. Okay, increase by 40%. That means on 80, 40% of 80 is 32. Adding that to this makes it 112. Which we again know that 112 is not possible. Why? Because the values are supposed to be in the range of 1 and 100 only. Okay, hope that makes sense, everybody. Yes, Shraddha, I hope now it's clear. So we have how many? 6 countries. Okay, A till F, 6 countries. So for each of the countries, for example, if you look at B has decreased by 25% and has decreased by 25% in both cases. So for B, the value has gone from 100, it has decreased by 25%, making it 75, and then further it has decreased by 25%. Yes. So on 75, I have to take 3/4 of that, and that value will pop up here. I hope you're getting this, right? So this is what we have in the data, but now this turns from a DI question to a logical reasoning question, because after the changes, we also have to find out their actual SI from the given conditions. Okay. Additionally, what they have told us, at any point in time, the country with the highest SI is ranked 1, while the country with the lowest SI is ranked 6th. So for any year, for 2016, there will be rank 1 till 6. 2020 there will be rank till 6, 1 till 6, and 2024 there will be rank 1 till 6. I hope that makes sense. Okay, perfect, beautiful. Now we have 4 conditions, but let's have a look at the questions. We need to know if we would be able to find the complete bay or not. We would be able to fill in the complete table or not, right? So we have what? 3 different years and 6 countries. So how many values are we looking at? We are looking at 18 values. Correct? We want 18 values from here. But look at the questions. One, there were only 4 questions asked. Not 5, only 4. And they are all asking the SI, that is the sustainability index. Sustainability index of E in 2016, of F in 2020, of C in 2024, and of B in 2024. Works? So all questions are definite. There are no red flag options also. Type 0 if the answer is cannot be determined, or cannot be determined more than one of the above, or even in the questions you don't have what is the maximum possible value, minimum possible value, or what could be the value. Not there. All definite questions. Since we have all definite questions, we know that we should be getting what? A perfect bay. Works? Correct? Yes, yes. Beautiful. So shall we start? So the first step I want to do is, I don't want to look at the graph. I don't want to keep looking at the graph for every value, because this is not a pure DI set. Even if it were a pure DI set, we would have taken the values and kept it aside. But since this is LR based DI, it's always safe that you have the values right in front of your face, right? So that's what we are going to do. The first step we are going to do is we are going to get all the values. Yeah, correct, Suraj. And 3 out of the 4 questions are theta also, right? So of the given 6 values, I think I should turn off my phone today. Suddenly everybody wants to talk to me. Yeah. So we have 6 into 2, 12 values from here. Quickly make a table, guys. Let's go. Quickly make a table, get all the values. Go for it. Now, Jigyanshu, if we try, we should get all the 12 marks. Why only aim for 9 marks, no? Get all the 12 marks. Yeah. Go ahead, quickly note all the values, put them in a table. So for A, it's going to be what? This is 20%, so this would be 25%. So positive 25%, that is 25% increase, and here it would be 50% increase. Yes, this is for A. What about B? B is here. B is for x axis also minus 25, for y axis also minus 25. So minus 25% and minus 25%. What about C, guys? C is x axis is minus 20% and y axis is plus 40%. D is here. D is going what? X axis is going 100%. That means 100% means what? The value is doubling. No, 100% means what? The value is doubling. So plus 100%, and the y axis value is what? Plus 20%. Where is E? E is here. E is x axis wise. E is plus 25% and y axis is plus 20%. Yes. And where is F? F is here. X axis wise, it's again plus 100%. That is, the value becomes double, and y axis is minus 25%. Good. So the only thing that they are giving us, everything is 100. No, this is assumption, Arun. This 100 that we have taken is assumption. If this were 100, then this. None of these can be 100 actually, because the value should be from 1 to 100 only. 100 becoming 125 or 100 becoming 112 or it becoming anything else doesn't work for us, because the values have to be from 1 to 100 only. Okay, 100 is the maximum. But to help you understand the percentage change, I've used 100 to explain it to you, only that. Okay, yeah. So the graph actually is not really helping us. The graph is actually not helping us. The graph is only giving us the 2 values, which they could have given it in any kind of a graph. I mean, they could have made a line graph out of it, or even better, they could have just given us a table out of it. But again, you know how it is, right? If they want to make a set look complicated, they'll try doing all these antics, right? They'll try doing all these mischievous work to help you not select this set. Yeah, but then that shouldn't stop us. This should probably take you 60-second stops to get all the values, right? So I have all the values here. Yes. Now the choice is, how do we go ahead with this? Because we don't have any value. In the conditions we do have some values, right? In the condition we do have some values, so that would be a very good start for us. Let me pull up the calculator also, so that we can make the calculation bit a little more simple for us. Yes. So look at the condition. The first one is giving us the ranks. We'll look at it later. They're saying F had lower SI than, again, not giving us any definite value. In 2024, E was the only country with SI of 90. This is good. This one is good, right? The last condition is good, because that's saying what? In 2024, E was the only country with SI of 90. So E in 2024 was 90. Now what do we see? Rahul, that's left ambiguous one. When they say between this and that, we normally don't include the extremes. But it's kind of a tricky situation. So technically the value should be 2 to 99 only. Yes. But maybe one of the values could be 100 or one of the values could be 1. We don't know. I don't think 1 is an option because all of these are, none of these would give us except for 100% increase, right? Except for these values. 1 becoming 2 makes sense, but 1 becoming 1.25 doesn't make sense because we look only for integer values. Yeah. Anyway, so now you tell me if this is 90, that is from 2020 to 2024, E increased by 20%. That is the value from here to here. From here to here, there was a 20% increase. So can you tell me what would this value be? 2020 value for E? 72. Shivam, what you are doing, buddy? What you are doing is you are taking 90 and you are reducing 20% of 90, which is wrong, no? What's happening is whatever value this is on this 20%. So 20% of this value is increasing, not 20% of this value. Please be very careful. Yes, so anyone who's saying 72, what are you doing? We are back to day 1. We are back to going back to percentages. Learn percentage, increase, decrease. Why? This value, for example, let me call this x, no? So x on increasing 20% on it would make it what? 1.2x is 90, correct? 1.2 times, because 20% increase, 100% plus 20% is 120%, which is 1.2 times, no? So 1.2x is 90, so x is supposed to be 90 upon 1.2, which is not 72. 90 upon 1.2 is 75. That's the mistake that you guys are making. Don't, very basic. So if you are getting stuck here, then you might have a big trouble trying to solve this whole set. You have to get your foundations in line. You have to get your basics in line. We cannot afford to make such a silly mistake here. Yeah. Okay. So let me add the values here. So this value is supposed to be how much? 75. Again, from here to here, what is the change? 25% is increasing. From here to here, 25% is increasing. That means 1.25. So 75 divided by 1.25 gives me 60. So this value is supposed to be 60. Are you understanding this, guys? No, that's what Shivam. No. Wrong. Please don't do that. Okay. That's why I've written this piece of calculation, but this is day 1 mathematics. Day 1 mathematics. We can't be making mistakes when we have less than 100 days in hand. Yes, we cannot afford to make that mistake. Done, guys. So at least E, I have for E all the 3 years. Okay, for E I have all the 3 years value, which is good. So E is done. But for the other values, I don't have anything. I have some conditions. Let's see if we can deal with those conditions. Okay. So what are they saying? In 2016, which is here, B, C, E, A had ranks 1, 2, 3, 4 respectively. So I know that in 2016, B should be the first rank, C should be the second rank, E should be the third rank, and A should be the fourth rank. Okay, A should be the fourth rank. All right, works? Beautiful. Let's look at the second condition. They're saying F had lower SI than any other country in 16, 2020 and 2024. That means F had an SI lower than any other country. That means F has to be the lowest. No two countries can have the same value as F. F has to be the lowest. That means F has to be which rank then? 6th rank, last rank, no? 6th rank every time. 6th rank here also, 6th rank here also, 6th rank here also. That means all of these values should be greater than F. Greater than F, greater than F. Not even equal to. Has to be greater than F. Okay, perfect. And the last condition talks about something called range. The range of SI of the 6 countries was 60 in 2016 as well as 2024. What do you mean by this range? What does this term range mean, guys? Range Have you seen this before? In statistics we have range, right? Again, this is something that they expect you should know by default. You should know this by default is what they're expecting. So range is nothing but the difference between the maximum value and the minimum value. That means maximum value would mean rank 1 minus minimum value is rank 6, correct? So rank 1 minus rank 6 should always be 60. Where? Here and here. Not in 2020, only in 2016 and 2024. Okay. So I will explicitly write it here that rank 1 minus rank 6 should be 60. Same way here, rank 1 minus rank 6 should be 60, so that we don't miss out on this. Okay. These are the only conditions that we have. End of story. We don't have any more conditions, but I still need something to work it out. No, I just have these values. I have nothing with respect to the others. What do? I have all the percentage changes, but I don't just need the percentage changes. I need something to work with. Even if I put some variable, I need some concrete value, right? I cannot work with decimals because decimals would be often confusing. So what we are going to do is we are going to assume a value for one of these things such a way that the others also become integer. Yeah. For example, let's say this 25% and plus 50%. Yes. What do you mean by 25%? 25% means what? Increase by 1 by 4, correct? So can I say 1 plus 1 by 4, that is, this would be 5 by 4. And plus 50% means increase by 1 by 2, which is 3 by 2, no? 3 by 2. Yes. So the ratio becomes what? Here it would be 4:5. So for A, this would be 4:5. And here it would be 2:3. I hope you're getting this. 4:5 and 2:3. So what do I notice? I'll just write this down for you guys so that you understand what I'm trying to say. The ratio of this and this should be 4:5 and this and this should be what? 2:3. So what's the best way to do it? If I multiply this, that is, if I consider this as 10, if I say this value is 10, so if this is 10, this should be 8, correct? And if this is 10, which is what? Into 5, this should be 15. Now check if the percentage change works out here. 8 becoming 10 is 2 by 8, which is 1/4 increase, 25% increase, and 10 becoming 15 is 50% increase. Are you able to get this? The main reason why we are doing this is so that we can clearly assume the values. It will be very easy for us to start plugging in values. So for example, if this is 10 and this has to be an integer and this is 15, so these have to be multiples of 10 then. Yes, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Same way, if this is 15, this will go what? 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. Can it go more than 90? No. More than 90 would be 105. And also it cannot go more than 90 because they have clearly told us that E was the only country with SI of 90. So this is the only one that can have 90. In 2024, no other value can have 90. But we still have so many other values. So we'll keep at it. We'll start working on it slowly. Okay. It is not difficult. It is taking time because I'm explaining the basics of ratios. I'm explaining the basics of percentage change, which is day one mathematics. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can crack this one down. Yeah. You tell me now, guys. Minus 25% would mean what? 75%, which is what? 3/4. Yes. So what would be the ratio then? 4:3. Would you agree, guys? 4:3. If this is 4, then this should be 3, correct? If this value is 4, then this value will be 3. 4:3. And then again another 25% decrease. That means from here to here another 25% decrease. That means this should also be 4:3. So what is happening? If I multiply these two, this is 12. So if I am multiplying this with 4, I have to multiply this also with 4. So this would become 16. And I am multiplying this with what? 4 with what? 3. So 3 into 3 would become 9. Now verify. Verify, guys, if the ratio is working. Sorry. Check. 16, 3/4 of 16 is 12, 3/4 of 12 is 9. Working out? Yes. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. Can we do the same thing for C now? Let's go. For C, I think we've already worked out the value, no, when we assumed it. For C, we've already worked out the value. It is 80, 100, 80 and 112. Obviously, those can't be the values because 112 is more than 100, not allowed. So, 100, 80 and 112, they all are what? They're all divisible by 4, no? Each of these values are divisible by 4, yes? Yeah. So, if I divide this by 4, this would become what? 25, this would become 20 and 112 divided by 4 would be how much? 112 divided by 4 is 28. Is there any other term that is common with 25, 20 and 28? No. So 25, 20 and 28 for C. 25, 28 and what was it? 25, 20 and 28. My bad. 20 and 28. Okay. So 20 and 28. So by 28, what would we mean? All multiples of 28 can come here, correct? 28 is allowed, then 56 is allowed, then 84 is allowed, 84 plus 28 is allowed? No. So now we have only 3 possibilities. Only 3 possibilities, 28, 56, 84. Are you getting this now? Hope that makes sense, everybody. Yeah, can we do the same thing for D? D is nice, 100% increase, then 20% increase. For now, let me take it as say 1, okay, example 1. So if earlier it was 1, on 1 100% increase would make it 2, on 2 20% increase would make it 2.4. So what is this? This would be, if I multiply everything with 5, 5, 10, 12, correct? So 5, 10, 12. The reason why I am not taking, sir, why can't we take it as 10, 20 and 24? Because then we will think of multiples of 24 only and not multiples of 12. So we might miss out some possible values. We don't want that, okay? E is done. Let's confirm with F also. F is increasing by 100%. So for now, let me take it as say what, 2 for example. 2 will become 4. On 4, 25% decrease is 1/4 decrease. On 4, 1/4 if I decrease, it's 3. So 2, 4 and 3. This should be 2, 4 and 3. So far good, guys? Yeah. Hope this makes sense, everybody? Perfect. Okay. Now what do I work with, guys? What do I work with? See, what I can see is 2016, in 2016 we've been told that this value, third rank is 60. So this and this, both of these should be more than 60. Would you agree? This and this should be more than 60, correct? Because if third rank is 60, then second and first should be more than 60 for sure. Yeah. So can you tell me multiples of 25 which are more than 60? Multiples of 25 which is more than 60. What's multiple of 25 more than 60? 50 won't work because if this is 50 then third rank can't be 60. So then next numbers would be 75 or 100, correct? So let me check 75 or 100. Think about 100, no? If 25 parts is 100, 28 parts is more than 100, obvious, no? If 25 parts is 100, then 28 parts is more than 100, obviously more than 100. So this can't be 100, this has to be 75 only. So I think we've cracked this one down. Yes, this has to be 75, which is into 3. So 20 into 3 and 28 into 3, 84. Perfect. Now you can always ask me, sir, why did you even try for 100? They have explicitly told us that the values are between 1 and 100, but it sounds a little ambiguous. I don't know. I don't want to risk it. That's why I'm trying it out, okay? So far we don't have 100 and C is also done. So imagine converting these percentage changes into ratio did actually help us, no? Because now instead of looking at 1 to 100, the 98 values, rather than that, what do we have? We were looking at only two possibilities, 75 and 100. Hope that makes sense now. Yes. What else can we do? So the next number, if rank 2 is 75, then rank 1 must be more than 75. Yeah. But it should be a multiple of 16 also. So what could it be? More than 75? It could be 80 or it could be 96 also. This value could be 80 or it could be 96 also, no? Both are possible. 80 is 5 times, 96 is 6 times. 80 plus 16 is what I did. 96 plus 16 will go more than 100, we don't want it. So here 80, 96 both are there. Let's see. Because this is rank 1, 96 is still a possibility, okay? This is rank 1, so 96 is still a possibility. So I'll try, okay, two possibilities. I don't have anything else to work with. Might as well work with this, no? Let's go. So this was what? Into 5 and into 6. So into 5 and into 6, two possibilities. Again, into 5 and into 6, two possibilities. Okay, not bad, not bad. Alright, we'll start working with it, no problem. Yeah. Now here, since this is rank 1, think about this, since this is rank 1, we know that rank 1 and rank 6, the difference should be 60, correct? Rank 1 minus rank 6, maximum minus minimum should be 60. So think about this, if this is 80, 80 minus 60 would give me 20 here, 96 minus 60 would give me 36 here, correct? I am using this one. Range is 60. I'm using the range concept here. So if you don't know range, if you don't know percentage changes, if you don't know ratios, you can't solve this set. Okay, hope that helps. So now I'll try with this then. Three possibilities I wrote here. I'll write those three possibilities again here because like I said, we have nothing else to work with, no? So let's go. So this was what? 2 into 10 and 2 into 18, correct? So 4 into 10 and 4 into 18. Same way 3 into 10 and 3 into what? 18, no? So 18 into 8 is 54. Now can you look at this thing? Can you look at this thing, guys? Rank, so this should be a multiple of 3, which is okay. This is rank 6 always. F is rank 6 always. If rank 6 is 54, rank 1, whichever it is, we don't know which one. But if this is 54, rank 1 should be what? 54 plus 60. 54 plus 60 is 114. Do we have 114 as a possibility? No, we don't. So if we don't have 114 as a possibility, is 54 possible? No. So do we have 30 here? Yes. So if this is 30, then this has to be 40. This has to be 20. Same way, since it's second case, first case everywhere, so here also this value should be 80, here also this value should be 60, here also this value should be 45. Works? So far what do we have? Let's do a quick inventory check. Okay, so this is 80 we know, this is 60 we know, this is 45 we know. Same way, this is 20 we know, this is 40 we know, and this is 30 we know. Yeah. And which countries are done, guys? Which countries are done? C, E, B and F. So B, C, E and F are done. Correct? Ultimately what happens, see? This is 30. 30 plus 60, 90, we have it already. So this one is the undefeated rank 1. Yeah, very good observation. This has to be the undefeated rank 1. Although they are not asking rank and all, but okay, any which ways. Now we have A and D missing. Okay, A and D missing, A and D missing. We don't have any other conditions, nothing. So now we tend to do what? Trial error, correct? Now we tend to do what? Trial error. Let's try this. Before you get into that, yes, I always tell you this, no? Spend some time on the questions. Yes, we can try doing this. So if this is 4th rank, this should be less than 60. This should be less than 60, but more than 20. So multiples of 8, which is less than 60 and more than 20 would be what? We could have 24 here. We could have 32 here. We could have 40 here. We could have 48 here. We could have 56 also here. Correct? Because this is rank 4, 60, 56 could also work. And this is rank 6 here 20, so 24 could also work, correct? Now look at the possibilities, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same 5 possibilities I'll have here, same 5 possibilities I'll have here. That's a big headache, no? Big headache. So I always tell you to spend time on the questions. Why? This is why, and I'll tell you why this is in the moderate one, because so far what we've applied are all basics. Even the trial error were all basic trial and error only, but now it becomes a big game because there are so many possibilities. Should we have so many possibilities? No. Why? Because perfect bay we got. We need not have all the possibilities. Do we already have B? Yes. Do we already have C? Yes. Do we have E? Yes. Do we have F? Yes. The only ones that I don't have is A and D. But ask yourselves, no, do you really need A and D? Do you really need these values? A and D, do you need them? That's why spend time on the questions as well. The amount of time that you spend on the set, on the instructions, on the chart, on the, making of the bay and all that, spend some time, a fraction of the time would have saved us so many minutes. Yes, and so much headache also with trial and error. They're asking for E, they're asking for F, they're asking for C, they're asking for B. A and D not asked only. Should I find A and D? The only reason I will find A and D is to satisfy my ego, that why am I not able to complete this table, this bay, I don't need this at all. Yes. So don't always just focus on what you are trying to solve, rather focus on what they are asking. We could have saved so much of time because we already knew most of these values. We could have at least gotten 2 or 3 out of them right. Yes, because what we had done, we had already solved E, correct? We had already solved E. With that, we could have answered the first question. With just E, we could have answered the first question. With F also, with F, we did one trial error. After that, we found that out. We found F also, and we found parallelly what? B also. And C ultimately we found out because it should be less than, it should be more than 60. We found C also. So all the 4 questions are done. Why do I need these values? Why do I need these values? This is just to satisfy our ego. Don't need it. Probably Lokesh, don't need it, man. Yes, exactly, Geet, exactly. So this is the difference between a good aspirant and a smart aspirant. Yes, I'm not saying you should not, you can, but is that going to convert into marks? Do work, put in your hard work, put in efforts only where you can convert them into scores, when you can convert them into marks. Otherwise, don't randomly put your efforts where they are not giving you any fruitful results at all. Even if it gives you 3 marks, yes, I would have still skipped A and D if it were that complicated. Yeah, because if only one question was based on A and D, for example, I would have still happily skipped it because I got these 4 without breaking too much of a sweat. With A, I know, with A and with D, I know I would have to go through all of these cases. Yes, I hope that works now. Okay. C in 2016 couldn't be 100. Nah, man, I just explained. No, Arin. If C is 100, think about this. If, for example, if C was 100, 25 is 100. That is into 4. 28 into 4 would have given us how much? 56, 112. Can this be 112? No. 100 was any which ways ruled out. Here, when I gave you the example, no, 100 was any which ways ruled out. This couldn't be 100 because this cannot be 112. Hope that works. Yeah. Done. So like Geet said, if possible, if you have that scope, if the questions are this direct, in fact, mark the ones that are required. Mark the cells that are required to answer the questions. That's more than enough for you to find. All the other cells. So we just needed 4. Out of the 18 cells that we have, we only needed 4 cells to answer the questions. The remaining 14 cells are only to satisfy our ego. That's it. Hope that works. Yes. Shall we go ahead then? Let's go. Let's answer the questions, get this set out of the way and move happily with 12 marks in your pocket. Yes. What was the SI of E in 2016? E 2016, what was the SI? 60. Done. This was the very first thing that we had found out. What was the SI of F in 2020? F in 2020, SI was 40. Another 3 marks in our pocket. What was the SI of C in 2024? 84. Another 1 in our pocket. Yes, we didn't really need too much of hard work for this. And for the last question, SI of B in 2024 again, which was 45. 45 is your option D. Yes. So we actually needed only this and this. That's it. This was required for question 1, this was required for question 2, this was required for question 3, and this was required for question 4. That's it. Yeah, but again, better late than never, no? The moment we knew that, hey, I don't need A and D's value, we stopped there. Because at that point in time, filling up the table should not be the priority. Rather, answering the questions or getting the maximum out of the questions is the priority. Hope that works. Yes? 12 marks, Jigyanshu. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. We don't have another value for B, no? Shivam, we've tried this, buddy. We've already tried this. Okay? Exactly, Shraddha. Exactly. Yes. Suraj, after seeing the solution, it does look, everything looks doable. Even if I bring you a hard set, it would look doable. But this, in the perspective of a test, while the timer is running, while you are running short on your mental and physical energy, this is clearly a moderate set only. I would not call this an easy one. This is a moderate set, because for you to be impromptu to convert percentages to ratios, right? Percentages to ratios, to think about the multiples, all that requires a lot of brain energy, which you will not be able to invest. Okay. Yeah, question 1 in fact was kind of a brownie only. Correct, Ajritra. Yes. Exactly. So please understand this, guys. Make it very, very clear in your mind that you are not here to make a perfect table and appreciate its beauty and all that. No. You are here to get the maximum out of this. Let's say, for example, if one of the questions was asking about A also, I would have happily skipped it. Rather than spending those 2, 3, 4, 5, how many ever minutes on trying multiple cases, I would have happily jumped to the next set. Had I invested those 3, 4 minutes in the next set, I would have gotten some more answers out of it. I hope you are understanding the idea here, okay? Yes. So with this, we are done with another moderate set. Yeah. Exactly, Aditya. Exactly. Done? Correct, Rahul. Yes. Ratios always will give you a better idea about the numbers. That's it. Simple as that, right? So this is a classic example of LR based DI, where from DI they have tested what? In terms of DI, they have tested what? How to get the data from a scatter plot. Yes. And how to convert that data of percentage change to ratios to make it easy for us to try out different possibility. And the LR part here was just to do trial and error and make sure that the conditions are satisfied. That's it. Yes. But if you are someone who is not comfortable with percentages or ratios or even understanding what the term range means, yes, because that range was also a very big key point for us. The moment we knew that the range has to be 60, we immediately removed one term, no? When we had possibilities here, 20 and another term, we had quickly removed it. Yes, just because of the range. I hope that helps. Yes. So this, this is how you solve an LR based DI set. Done, guys. So please understand the true power of Hyde analysis. Yes, if you are someone who doesn't still recognize the power of Hyde analysis, you are at a loss, boss. You are at a heavy loss. Yes, the importance that you give to the set, the same importance you have to give to the questions as well, because that is what is giving you the marks, not filling up the table. Nobody is going to look at your table. Even you are not going to come back and look at your table if you are done answering the questions. Done, guys? Cheers, guys. Also, so we are done with the session, by the way. And if you are looking for the notes for this particular session and some additional practice problems, you can click on the link that is here in the chat, pinned in the chat in the comments, or you can just search for CAT 26 practice series English. You will find there are some additional practice questions also there. Go ahead, give them, and you can take down the notes also from there. Done, guys? Yeah, Suraj, you've already told that, buddy, but right now since we are focused on PYQs here, I will take that set on the other channel. Okay, when we do the practice series there, I will take it there, don't worry. Okay, exactly, Aditya, exactly, man. Yeah, okay, guys, don't forget to join this Telegram group if you want the updates for the upcoming sessions that I'm doing on both the channels. I'm doing practice series there on MBA Wallah and on MBA Wallah English as well. Okay, done? All right, done then. Hi Afnan. VARC 22 is good, Quants 18 is good. Why are you getting my negative score in DILR, man? What did DILR do to you? No. You have to make sure you don't randomly select answers, man. What I feel you're doing is to make sure that you're attempting more questions. You're ending up answering questions that you're not even sure about. That's the only way somebody could reach a negative score. Otherwise, there is no way. Even if you had given the entire 40 minutes for one set only, one set, you choose the right kind of set and give whole 40 minutes there, the least you could get is 0. You can never go down to negative. That means you are trying to increase your number of attempts by compensating, by compromising the accuracy. Please don't do that, okay? Yes. Also, for people who are still struggling with your mocks and the score of mocks like Afnan is, please guys go through this video. This is on the other channel, MBA Wallah. Yes, please go through this video, guys. Yeah, I made a proper video talking about why your mock scores are not increasing or why your mock scores are not consistent. Please have a look at this video. And for people who are still wondering, sir, what is height analysis or how do I select the right kind of set, please go ahead and visit this video. It's on the other channel, 2 videos adding up to 1 hour. You can watch it at 1.5x because I know I talk a little, slow. So you can watch it at 1.5x. Yes, that's hardly going to take you 30 to 40 minutes. Please go and watch that. Okay, done, guys. All right, so with this we will end the session. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this. We will keep doing this until we finish all the sets from the PYQs. Okay, all right, guys, bye.